we begin by lighting our candle to remember God's light is with us wherever we are. Do you remember how in the desert Jesus fed 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish? And there was enough and more than enough for them all. When he had done this, the people were amazed. They wanted to know more. They followed him everywhere. They asked him questions, and he listened to them. He healed the sick. He raised the dead to new life. He preached good news to the poor. He gave people new life and new hope. And his friends, his disciples, went with him to share his life and his work. After Jesus fed 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, the crowd came looking for him. They found him and his disciples in a place called Capernaum. And they asked him, "Why have you come to this place?" Maybe they wanted him to do more miracles. Maybe they just wanted to know more. Jesus said, "You are only looking for me because you were fed. But don't look for bread that won't last. Look instead for the food that will last forever. The Son of Man will give this food from God the Father." And the crowd didn't understand, so they asked more questions. They said, "What sign are you going to show us? Are you going to do another miracle? Our ancestors ate manna in the wilderness after God set them free from being slaves in Egypt. That was miraculous bread from heaven, which Moses gave to our ancestors. Is this what you mean? More manna from heaven? Where can we find this manna? Where can we find this bread from heaven?" But Jesus answered, "It wasn't Moses who gave you that bread, that manna in the wilderness. It was God. And God will give you the true bread from heaven, which comes down from heaven and gives life to the world." And the crowd said, "Give us this bread then. Let us always have it." And Jesus said, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never be hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." And those who heard him wondered at what he had said and what it meant. And we're going to wonder as well. And if you want to pause the video to wonder with the people that you're with, you can do that. I wonder what your favourite part of the story was. I wonder what the most important part of this story was. I wonder what Jesus meant when he said people believing in him will never be hungry or thirsty, because we know that people who believe in Jesus, their bodies can still get hungry and thirsty. So I wonder what he meant by that. I wonder why the crowd followed Jesus everywhere. I wonder what Jesus meant when he said, "Look for the food that will last forever." I wonder what Jesus meant when he said, "I am the bread of life." I wonder what the people in the crowd felt or thought when they heard that. I wonder what questions you might ask Jesus if you were in the crowd. I wonder where you are in this story. I wonder if you have any questions or thoughts or ideas about this story. I wonder if you have anything in your house that you would like to use to make something or play with this story. And we can keep wondering throughout the week. But for now, our story is finished.